It's good. It's good. Gonna have someone on today that honestly I should have had on earlier. Trying to clean up my space a little bit because I'm in the garage. Sorry if you can't understand me. I'm in the garage, so not a lot of surface area right now. Dread Skott is the man's name. Rapper, musician, visionary, very talented dude. Different style of music than what I listen to. And what's crazy is that it's been about, I would say, 2 years since I've known him. Never physically, personally met him. He's in a different state than I am. But we did this Zoom call or something like it. It might have used Skype. Pretty sure it was Zoom. A while back. And we're doing it again. So I see where he's at. Basically, what we want to talk about, what I thought about talking about, it's a group effort, but it was definitely my idea. So I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional with that. Is kind of like overcoming the mountain, I guess you would say. If you think of like Alexander the Great, great military mind, great fighter before his success, or maybe he was already successful. But there was a mountain he had to overcome, which was his campaign into Persia and attempting to fight the Persians while maintaining his Macedonian culture, but losing it ultimately, or Mediterranean culture. I don't know which one way you would kind of want to go with that. But I don't know. We're both very talented. We're both, I wouldn't say necessarily at the top of our field, or else we would obviously have the success corresponding to that within the physical reality. But, we're very talented. I would say we're definitely in somewhat of the top tier of the unrecognized talent out there. They're very talented, amazing authors and very amazing, talented musicians. So, once again, going to see where he's at. He hasn't seen the link yet, so we got a second. Uh, That's some spam mail for somebody. It may not be spam mail. This might be my next employee. I don't know. My name is Menhula Prasanna. I'll create creative and professional book cover design. Your book covers the most important aspects of your book marketing. People won't buy the book cover isn't enticing. That's true. Luckily, I'm here to help. I'll design for you a cover that meets the industry standards and more. If you give me your order via Fiverr, I'll give you a link. And he's on Fiverr. That's a beautiful thing. Mm, good, 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 good. Very good, good, good. Um, Go on and grab a timer real quick because I do not have forever. That is one thing about me is that I'm just time sensitive type of dude. I think I'll live for a while, but I don't want to be doing this like all my people person. All right. That is something else. My phone popped. Is that it? No, it's not. I don't know. I don't know this detail. Ooh, we're at the 35-minute mark. I think maybe he has to put his clothes on, just like that. I honestly just like texted this dude out of the blue. It was very abnormal for me. I legit, so like I don't even fault him for taking a minute to get on call because like I legit just hit him up out of fucking nowhere. It's like 10:50 p.m. He's probably in bed, just like relaxing. I'm making them go outside in the freaking cold, you know? I like this. Waiting. Okay. So just off one. All right. So I'm waiting a minute for him. But I guess I'll get started because I do make YouTube videos. It's kind of weird. I'm just like sitting here waiting for him. My perspective on it, I guess I'll get into, is that I feel like there's a lot of people that I follow or give attention on social media. Like social media has to be like one of the biggest platform things right now that makes all this possible. To even really, I know people have always wanted to be musicians or bards or wordsmen or wordsmith, I guess I would say, or an author or screenwriter. But I think modern day, this technology definitely promotes it a lot faster. So if you don't have like a real good understanding of it or passion to do it, I feel like maybe I have a good understanding of it, but I don't like social media. I don't like social activity, period. I very much like being to myself or being myself. And if I can be myself wherever I'm going, then a beautiful thing is going to happen. If I can't be myself, then I feel like it just usually ends bad for everybody involved. I feel like social media, I guess people believe that it's like an open area to kind of like, I would say if you're not good at really articulating how you feel, understanding your perspective of life, it's very easy to enjoy social media because you're having the same human experience as everybody else and just kind of going through what everybody else is going through. And you have no real like care in the world because since you don't believe anything firmly, you're always being shown beliefs. So you're having fun because you're looking at all the ideas, you're looking at all the perspectives, you're having a good time entertaining them, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, something different happens for sure when you know what you feel, you know exactly what you believe. And it's like not only does the majority of social media not really reflect my beliefs, you look at the profiles of other people who you believe have your beliefs, and like these people don't even like fully believe what I believe in. So it's hard to be kind of concrete and stagnant in what you kind of believe, what your perspective of the world is. Because on social media, if you don't have the ability to create your own media, which I guess I've been getting into in the past couple of years, but still feel limited on because I don't have like a camera yet. And I think that would really, I have this camera, but you can see the quality of this camera. It's not really up to par. Oh, it brightened up a little bit or something. Um, it's definitely a limitation. You know, if you could just put your machines in a box, put your books in a box, and just witness the machine, I think that'd be a beautiful thing. Oh, he's in the waiting room. I approve of you. Yes. You. Good.
Hey, what's up, man?
Everything's good. How are you?
Say again.
Everything's good. How are you?
Oh, I'm
Are
good.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm straight. How about you?
I'm well, man. Been very introspective lately, I guess you would say.
I feel you.
Word. So your camera is a little dark. I don't know if you have a light or something.
I
Not really.
got a light, but I don't know how much it'll help. Oh.
Let's give it a try. You got a beautiful face. I'm pretty sure people want to see it.
Got me blushing like a light skinned girl on Instagram.
As long as she's not an IG model. A lot of those girls are desensitized. I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of these chicks are like desensitized I'm not speaking of. I'm definitely thinking of a person that's not a person I personally met before, but it's like one of the girls on Instagram that like basically prostitute and fucking. I don't know which other way to put it. Like they're just selling nudes.
Yeah.
I wasn't buying. I was not buying any nudes. I don't do that.
Can you see me better over here? Does this
Yeah,
look better? Okay, let me switch to this chair then. Give me one sec.
I can see the hair too now.
Hell yeah, man. It's getting long, man.
What made you do that?
Um, my dad, when I was a young age, he had finger waves. So
Word,
like it's always kind of been a thing to like where I like longer hair on myself. I don't know why. It's
word.
just it's just a preference, I guess.
I thought it was like a West Coast type of thing because it reminded me of like Easy E's hair, you know?
Yeah.
That
I mean, and I grew up listening to a lot of West Coast rap, so it is a big it does play a big role into it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can't see your face at all now.
I'm just moving some stuff around.
Oh, okay.
Most of these
Hold
chairs
on
on
a
the
second.
back porch are broke, so I got to move them around when I change seats.
I feel it, bro. Pretty soon you'll be rich and you can have as many seats as you want.
Hell yeah. Is this better?
That's a lot better.
Okay.
So I brought you here today because both of us, I feel like both of us are kind of in the same position. You're a
Mm-hmm.
very talented musician, and I know you're selling albums. I know you have a really big following, but it's like we're not at the level of like the top of our class, you know?
Yeah.
I'm an author, but I'm not like I'm a bestseller. I'm an international fucking bestseller. But no one knows
Mm-hmm.
who the fuck I no one knows who the fuck I am. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
I've sold like a few hundred books and that's great, but it's not like feeding me yet. So
Yes.
it's like I know, but I know it has that potential and I know your work has that potential. And I just kind of wanted to talk with you for about maybe 30 minutes or so of what the fuck are we doing wrong? You know,
I feel you.
like honesty, like I mean more than that, like what can we do as well? But like honestly, what the fuck are we doing that like
I got you. Like,
I've been working so hard, man. And like
yeah.
maybe like I would say the first maybe number one is that like maybe I haven't been working as consistently as I think I do at this. You know, like maybe like I feel like my number one is that maybe it's more of an identity thing than like an actual investment and work ethic exchange to put money in my pocket.
Um. See, I'm one to kind of believe like it's all about what you do when everybody's looking, type of thing.
Where
Like I'm bad about that. Like I'll do so much behind the scenes, like I produce my own tracks, I mix, I engineer, I do all of that. And then when it gets time for me to step to the forefront and
right,
be in front of people,
right.
I get shy as hell. So
I dig it, bro. Do you feel like I have a question real quick though? Do you feel like you get shy or you feel like you get humble?
it's it's more of a humble thing. I mean, it's shy and humbleness. And the reason why I say this because like I was always picked on as a kid, like for my weight and shit.
Yeah.
So I always assume like I mean, and then
I'm
not to not to
not
drag North
sorry,
not to
man.
drag North Carolina, but North Carolina folks are different. They just stare at you all the time. So like a lot of
Yeah.
times that messes with
Ain't
my
nothing else to look
insecurity.
at with the farms and shit.
Yeah, it messes with my insecurity. Like I be like is so a lot of times like when it's time to be stunt and flex a little bit. A lot of times I'm feeling like people just looking at me like, who the fuck is this nigga to be stunting on me? Like it's a lot of insecurities there. So I'm more
Word.
I'm more of like a late when I get into that mode. I'm more of like laid back, like
Low
and
key.
just chill.
I feel that, bro. You like I was talking, that was my mom I just had to say goodnight to. Hopefully I get enough money that I could buy her a house. So I don't gotta live in her basement anymore.
Hell
but
yeah.
we're not going to talk about that today. Well, we were talking about that last night with like kind of workplaces and stuff like that. You got a lot of like the more experienced people, I guess, because of the reality of it is that a lot of people are actually not as successful as we think they are. A lot of people don't have the money that we think they do. A lot
Yeah.
of people aren't living the lifestyle. So there is a lot of insecurity there that I think the first thing that other people, I'll address other people's insecurity is like if you come from the same place as that person, there's like this. I never understood it because I'm not like that as a person, but they have like this chest bumping contest with you with like, oh, what is your major? It's like a list. Like, what is your major? What school did you graduate from? What are you planning to do? What do your parents do? Like, basically trying to like categorize you so they don't have to actually get to know you, like
Yeah.
type of thing. But then when you introduce the idea of like, I'm a CEO or I'm a musician or I'm an author, it's
They
like
try to pull you back down to their level. Like,
word because like the amount of time that they would now have to spend studying you would once again insult their ego to like listen to your music or to read your book to really see if you are the shit, to really see if you are. So then it just comes back to like what you say when you're in front of people, they want you to bust out a fucking limerick, right? Like you gotta bust a whole prose out right there. I gotta
yeah.
sit down and write 500 pages or else they don't believe I'm an author. You know, you gotta rap. Like, can you rap for me? Like, can you prove it? It's like, can you prove it? And it's like, yeah, I can prove it, but like, I already proved it. You know, I
Yeah, it's
already
there.
wrote.
It's on Apple Music. Like, all you gotta do is
Yeah, it
look.
takes
Like,
three. It takes like 3 minutes. I guess in my case, it's a little bit different. It might take you like a week or a month to probably finish one of my books, but at least if you go to my Amazon, like the shit that kills me, bro, is that I'll like inbox somebody some shit about my books or whatever, and then they ask me questions that they would have answered for them had they just clicked the fucking link. So
yeah,
it's like they reply back like, "Oh, they're supporting me. There's feedback," but then it's like they reply back and it's like you didn't even bother to like look at this.
exactly, exactly. Like, I deal with that so much. Like, one of my friends was like, he's supportive. I'll say that, but it's like sometimes like it gets on my nerves because it's like he doesn't think I'm as far off as I am. Like he doesn't get it. Like so like the other day he
So
was like, you got to get your music on Facebook so like I can share your songs. I'm like, bro, it's already there. Like I had to do like the little I got an iPhone, so I had to do like the screen recording of like me going to Facebook and typing in Dread Skott, which is all you have to
word.
do and play to show the songs.
I feel
And
that.
and it's just like, bro, like all you had to do was look. Like you just assumed I didn't have it out there. Like,
Word. That's when I'll get to the other side. I don't think it's really like. I guess maybe insecurity is the same word. Your camera went out. Oh, there you are. I don't
yeah,
think like if security is the sense of feeling like safe or feeling like comfortable, you gotta like share your shit every single like that's the other side of it is that you definitely gotta be sharing new content every single day. Like ET the hip hop preacher wakes up 3 a.m. and he makes 3 videos a day and it's fucking
yeah,
it's a fucking pandemic. You know, like this dude's a beast. Like this guy's an absolute monster. And it's
yeah,
not like a picture, like I think that's my hardest thing is like really utilizing all the multimedia that's out, like making full-length videos. Like if you make a high quality project, maybe 5 people will watch it. But if it's good enough, those 5 people are gonna share it with somebody. But it's hard as fuck to be making that stuff all day long if you're not
exactly,
profiting off of it.
exactly. And it could be like in my case, it can be expensive just because like
Yeah,
people don't always want to see you just in a studio trying out ideas. Like people want to see music
for hours,
videos.
for hours,
It's,
for
yeah,
real.
and like they want to see music videos. They want to see, you know, I don't know. In some cases, I don't know what they want to see. It's just like I try so hard to like provide content. Like it gets to the point now, I just like on Instagram, I think I just post memes just to keep people engaged until I feel like actually
Releasing
dropping
some real
something.
shit. Yeah, you gotta niche down though. You gotta, if that's the problem you're facing, because I went through like everything you're saying, I feel so deep. But it's like if you niche down and you're able to release like you got chicks out here that just release pictures of themselves they just take a selfie every single day,
Yeah,
40,000 followers because they know every single day there's gonna be a selfie and a dress that she may have worn already or whatever. It's like that kind of consistency in your niche. It's like an arrow, you know, it's like a vector. You're moving
yeah,
in one direction and you're no longer trying to appease. I was just thinking about that right before this call. You're no longer trying to appease every fucking person who says that they're following you and they followed you like 5 years ago and like they no longer use Instagram and they're just there.
I know that very well, man.
Word. You gotta like stay active yourself to be like active with the followers, but it's like a lot of fun. Again, it's like a lot of work, and it's like the payoff feels like so null because it's like what you're saying. What are they looking for? I think everyone. Maybe this is my insecurity or like just my like psychosis or whatever. It feels like everyone's trying to eat off of me right now.
Yeah,
And it's like if I don't have anything to bring to the table, it's like there is no value for you. Like there is no place for you here. There is no sense of wasting my time with you. And it's like you're never gonna know if like what I'm producing is worthwhile because what I'm trying to make is gonna take like I can't make you a cake in 5 minutes, you know. You give
exactly.
me you give me an hour, I can make you a cake, you know.
Yeah,
So it's like I don't know. It's like I was talking to my mom about it because my mom was not my biggest believer. I gotta
yeah,
like keep. I'm not like stunting on her or anything like that. But when I was like, I want to be a writer, she's like, don't do that.
yeah,
Please don't. You'll kill me. It'll break my fucking heart. So
yeah,
now it's like, yeah, I'm an international bestseller. Now it's like, oh, how big's your check or like whatever. Like, because it's even if I sell 100 books, what is the worth of that if I can't pay my bills with it? You know,
yeah,
I get that with her. So it's like people want you to be successful before you're successful. You know,
yeah,
it's like they want you to have already achieved unimaginable levels of like wealth and fame and notoriety when you are living your first existence on this planet
yeah,
like everybody else. Like there's such a delusion and such a misconception from like the consumer perspective and like the entry level perspective of what the life like of like what it's like to be an artist. And like I don't know if I'm not a starving artist, but it's been very fucking hard, you know?
yeah,
Like very like in like excruciatingly like to get people to read my book, to get people I give out free books, to get people to get a free book is difficult. To get reviews on the books is like it's like I release so much and there's no feedback. I don't even know what I'm doing like good or what I'm doing wrong. Like what can I
yeah,
emphasize? What can I take away? Like there's no it's like it's just void likes. No one's like saying like these are the things that I love about your content. These are the things that I just unless it's my mom.
yeah, yeah. I
Because
mean,
she
and that's,
watches my
I mean,
Facebook page and she's like, I don't like this. But she
yeah,
doesn't see my Instagram, so it's like I don't know.
yeah. I mean, that's how it is with me. Like, usually when I get ready, like when I finish an album, like I sit both my parents down and like I'll play it for them, like have like an album listening session, and
Word.
like they'll like literally take notes. They'll like literally take notes. I'm on 20%, goddamn. But like they'll literally take notes and like tell me like what they like, what they don't like, and stuff like that. Usually it's good reception. But I
This,
mean, I don't get that as much from. I'll take that back. My last album, like I actually reached out to people on Instagram, like certain people I see to review albums and stuff, and like, hey, can you review this? And like
so
I'll
you
get like
asked
little
you
criticism.
specifically asked for a review.
Yeah,
Okay.
but But for the most part, like other than somebody is just sending fire emojis, like I don't really get like that kind
We're
of
saying, hey, let's
force.
collab so you can buy my T-shirt and take a picture in it.
Yeah, like
Like, the fuck? You think I'm
like
retarded?
so it gets it's like okay. I mean, I guess the thing that gets me is like okay, like I know this is dope. I know this is dope. I know that other people like it.
Word.
But what am I doing wrong? Like, how isn't more people knowing about this? Like, how can I get the people to like it, to share it,
I would
and
say
want?
in that one scenario, it's like that launch party. It's like I don't know a lot of. I was literally just talking about this with somebody else like a day or two ago about how the world is like one giant clique. So that's like
Uh,
everyone that was already really successful in high school just continues on like being successful in real life. And then the people that sucked at high school are strippers and fried cooks and shit like that. You know,
mm-hmm.
fucking struggling to get by basically. And I don't know if I'm not going to go on the ideas of if it's fucked up or not fucked up or whatever. That's not the intent of this conversation. But I feel like with that, a lot of those things that just work for people just work for people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like 50, I worked at a bar once. I was doing security, and 50 Cent came one day. I got fired before 50 Cent got there. Um, could have changed my fucking life. Could have changed my fucking life if I met 50 Cent, you know? But it's probably for the best anyway. But 50 Cent came kind of for vodka. So you had to pay like $50 or $100 to come to this bar to be in the same bar as 50 Cent for the night, you
Yeah,
know, to not even actually really meet 50 Cent, you know?
yeah,
Like, kind of like the most pointless thing that you ultimately could have done that night, you did for a lot of
mm-hmm.
money. And
Yeah,
it's like, I have a lot of restraint and resistance against doing stuff like that because I feel like it affects some kind of moral code or whatever that I have. But then I realize like I'm just being kind of like fucking retarded, you know? Because it's like if it works, it works.
yeah,
It doesn't matter if it's being used for light, if it's being used for darkness, if it's being used for neutrality, or if it's being used to watch cat videos and fucking Instagram. Like
yeah,
whatever works is what's working. And it's like I have such an abhorrence or just like a difficulty doing what's working for other people. Maybe because I'm not even paying attention to it because I'm not even all that like I don't even really like social media, TBH. Like I
yeah,
do, but I don't. Like it's not like I wish I didn't have to use social media to be successful or whatever. But I think that's the reality is that like the things that worked like 50 years ago are the exact same things that work right now. And the things that worked when we were in kindergarten are sadly like the same, like having a party for your like album release or for your book launch is more than likely going to get people to like,
yeah,
you know, but like doing something like this and then charging people $100 for it, I don't think that's the way. I don't think that's going to cut it.
yeah,
I think I don't know. I think if you had like an album release party and you invited a few people, or even like I don't know what the website or application was called, but one of my roommates in college like watched this DJ online, and like every Friday, every Saturday, the DJ would do like a set. So like every
mm-hmm.
week they had an online concert. Doing something like that would, especially in this COVID kind of setting, if you could find like a website or something for that, you could probably just do a weekly concert, share a couple of your songs, or even like once a day with way better lighting than what you currently have. Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, I
I'm,
got you.
I'm very honest, like very straightforward. That's why I'm not a really sociable person because a
Yeah,
lot of people don't like respond well to you being honest with them. They
yeah,
want you to take some kind of like lap around honesty
and just
so
tell them
you
what they want to hear.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a lot of like the marketing that people are kind of conditioned to. So if you're saying, "Hey, buy my book," they're like, "I don't know." But if I tell you, like, it's the greatest book and it's gonna fix your love life and your relationship, okay. It's like I don't want to lie to people.
Yeah,
But I don't feel like I have to lie to people to sell books or whatever. But I'm finding it very difficult not doing
yeah.
it seems very like
I
it
mean,
seems like I was thinking about like a manager at a job and how like a company literally pays someone to manipulate and lie to the people that work there. And
yeah,
there's no other way to put it but that. Like they literally are just there to spin weaves and falsehoods to keep you working there.
yeah,
It's fucked. It's really fucked. I know not every job is like that because you have some leaders and not managed. But if you have a manager, you don't have a leader, you're usually getting dicked around the whole time. And I feel like a lot of people are doing that. Or it's like people feel some kind of like necessity to support Drake that there's no necessity to support me.
yeah,
Nicki Minaj can just I don't know, man. I really don't have like maybe it's that. Maybe it's that because if you watch like those law of attraction videos and shit like that, not that I believe in it or don't believe in it. It's like if you have a negative attitude about money, it's not gonna like come to you.
yeah,
I think if like I have like a very negative perception of fame and wealth and notoriety and being a celebrity, like I have a very like it's not in my it's like I don't feel like it's a part of my constructed personality. But just like
yeah,
you're saying, if you've been bullied, if people like I've struggled my entire life to get people to recognize my talents when I'm really fucking talented at something. It's never just yeah, you're talented. It's always you could have did this and you could have did this.
yeah,
Even if you do it better than what they could ever fucking do in their wildest fucking dreams and
yeah,
imaginations, it's like they can't allow themselves to embrace what's before them for me, but someone else delivers utter mediocrity and they are scooping that shit in their faces.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, like,
I feel like my entire life has been like that, bro. Like,
yeah.
for
I mean,
real.
I can relate. I have another homie. This he works on music and whatnot, but he's just in the starting phase. And like, I remember playing my last album for him, which he was actually on. It was on the he was on the song "Me and You,"
Mhm.
and I remember like, well, I didn't play it. I wasn't there when he played it, but like he was listening to it with his sister. And his thing is, he always get like if somebody has a like he could be with you and have an opinion on something and it like it totally click, but if somebody else has another opinion, like a third party comes in, like he'll change up his opinion or go with them
I was
or go with the
literally just
majority.
thinking about continue, but I was literally just thinking about
Yeah, so like he was like listening to the album with his sister and like I won't say she didn't get it, but it was like a really slow down, dirty South DJ Screw type of album. So like it's not for everybody to get and whatnot. Whereas he
right.
understands it, she may not have. And like he he at first he loved his verse on the song, and then like after a while, like I could tell like other people was telling him it wasn't good or whatever, and he wanted to change it so much. I was like, bro, like you're dope. Like this is dope. Like what we're doing is dope. And like I'm like, leave it as it is. And I guess
Just
my
make
thing
another
is that,
song, you know?
huh?
Just make another song.
Yeah. And it's like, I guess my thing is this is that like you can't let people that don't do what you do or that don't know how to do what you do dictate how you do what you do. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like he
I agree to an extent, but like the extent that I disagree isn't my personal perspective. It's just like the reality of like you can like what you that's like a very artist perspective. It's a very creator perspective.
yeah,
But then when you step around to the other seat of the consumer, the people that you want to like listen to you or give you attention or buy your product, it's entirely dictated by what they want, you know? So it's like I could release 20 more books for free on Amazon for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have spent the rest of my life doing that for no reason, but it made me no fucking money. But if I
Yeah.
release a few books, get feedback on what people like, get feedback on what's taboo, not taboo, what people enjoy. Like I just did like a contest for like all the characters in my book. So when I
Mm-hmm.
write the sequel, I know these are the characters that if I kill this motherfucker or if I give this person a spotlight in the book, people are gonna
I got
resonate
you.
with that. It's like it's an extent thing that you definitely shouldn't let people push you around or dictate your art or if you've already made an entire song, if you already released it to DistroKid, if it's already out there in publication, you gotta live with that because it's like
Yeah.
you don't get to take that back. You're not Jay Electronica. You can't wait 10 years to release an album because you're afraid of criticism.
Yeah.
You don't get that. He does because he's amazing.
Yeah.
If you want God MC on every single track, you got to give God MC some time. But with us, it's like there's so much competition. There's so many people that want the number one. I wouldn't even say the number. There's some people that just want the top 100, you know, for 5 days, for 1 week, and they're good for life. Like the extent to like greatness is so like again, like I feel like people have a kind of delusion about it.
I
That it's
got
like,
you.
huh?
I mean, I think my thing is that like I look at it like this, like, and I always use this album as an example when I'm talking about this. Like when you look at like Outkast with Stank on You,
Yeah,
like the world didn't realize how much it needed Stank on You until it dropped. Like the world didn't realize how much, and it changed music forever.
word.
So I guess the way I always looked at it, and I get this a very creative side of looking at things because I mean I am a creator, so like
Exactly.
it's hard for me to look at things. I won't say it's hard for me to look at things from the consumer because I look at it from that point too. But I'm always going to look at it from the consumer with the creative idea in mind.
Word.
So
Because they're coming for you and they're coming for your style.
yeah.
You know?
So like I said, like the way I look at this, like the consumer doesn't really know what it wants until it's there. You know what I mean? Like they think they want this, and then something new and improved comes out, and they're like, "Oh shit, this is what I've been looking for. I didn't even know this existed." Like,
As if you, I agree. But again, the extent that I don't agree isn't like a personal perspective. It's
yeah,
like if you're in it, like Outkast, every single album they have reinvents music. You know,
yeah,
so it's not like they're just delivering one type of style of Southern music. They're both like even when they release Speaker Box and Love Below, even just having the dual disc with two completely different vibrations of humanity, like of just people, and then every single album on each like side of that, like I think Andre 3000 side, the Love Below side, gets a lot of attention because the songs were kind of like hits or whatever. But
yeah,
if you listen to Big Boy side and you listen to some of Big Boy's solo projects, he reinvents music every single song, every single
exactly.
album he does. He reinvents his sound. So if you do that, people are absolutely gonna go, yeah, I need this. But with Outkast, it's like I feel like Andre 3000, like even Big Boy is I don't know, lyrically, he's the fucking talent, Like I listen to I'm serious. Like I listen
I
to
know. I'm agreeing with you because me and
even
my homies talk
one
about this all the time.
and people
Like,
don't fucking know because Andre 3000 on like the musical production side, he's like Kanye West, he's like a genius. But I listened to one project that Big Boy did solo. It came out right around the time I was in college. It was like Daddy Fat Sacks or some shit like that. Oh, my
yeah,
timer just went off for this. It was like Daddy Fat Sacks. And it was like the greatest. I could listen to that shit from start to finish. It was one of the greatest albums. And he told
yeah,
me, I haven't heard anything like that since like 88 Keys And I think it's the only album 88 Keys actually really produced, finished, that got out there.
Yeah.
Like the Death of That album, start to finish, is a full story. Like every single. So I don't know. Like I feel like if you reinvent, then yeah, Game of Thrones or something like that. In my case, people are gonna be like, yeah, I've been looking for this, but I feel like a lot of fuckers don't, and it ruins it for everybody because a lot of people, like my girlfriend, just showed me. I don't know if you like Icy JG Icy Fish or some shit like that.
JJ Icefish. Yeah, I know who you're talking
I
about.
just heard of I just heard of this dude fucking yesterday. So, like, I literally just found out about this guy existing. I listened to 20 seconds of his song and like, God bless the man's soul, God bless his heart. But he ruins it for everybody. I imagine if you're a musician and this motherfucker has like, I think it was like over 1 million views this motherfucker had. Like for being horrible, like because he was horrible. That's what I mean. Like when it's utter mediocrity, they're like, ah, 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 ah. But when
I got you. Like me and my homie, we were just like on the phone one night, and like we just I don't know what happened, how we came across of it, but we came across on Spotify this dude named Michael Jackson Jr. I don't know if that's his real name or just a stage name. But anyway, all it is just a dude for like 21 seconds on each song doing a Michael Jackson impersonation, saying like, "Girl, give me that dick," like shit like that. And this dude had like 1 million views on Spotify, and it was like,
like just from you like this, like I feel like that's one of the sides too. I think it was like, I don't know if it was Jordan Peterson or somebody, but they're like, you have to be shameless. It was a comedian or something. They're like, you have to be shameless to like get girls, to, like get people to like to do this. And I think that shit's true, man. If you got dignity and you got code of ethics and you got pride and you got all this shit blocking you from just getting a regular like go finishing college and getting a 9 to 5 job and putting this shit behind you. You know, if you because you wouldn't be doing this shit if you didn't have that. You're different because you got it. You're fucking functional in society and shit like that.
yeah,
It's like a lot of people have like a certain shamelessness that they don't care what they. I had a boss that's like, he's like, I would literally eat shit to make money. You know? No, he was serious.
yeah,
Like he said it twice. He said it one day, and I didn't really catch it because everyone was laughing. And it's like maybe he has some shit in the back of his mind that like he actually did that in life. He actually real life did that. That he brought it up a couple days later. He said, "No, I would seriously eat shit to make money." And I was like, and like my perspective, and I was like, I don't work there anymore, you know? He still fucking works there.
yeah.
And it's like he makes money off of literally brain. I was working for basically a pyramid scheme, like a door-to-door pyramid scheme,
Yeah.
where it's 100% commission, and it's like they gotta pump you up, pump you up, pump you up, and they send you out in the fucking cold and knock door to door. You know, you
Yeah.
put on a nice little business suit when you get there, and everyone kisses everybody's ass. And then when it's time to go to work, you gotta change into sweatpants, looking like a fucking suspect, going into all these fucking neighborhoods trying to sell home remodeling. One of the bullshittiest things I did. But
Yeah.
he did it. He did it. He was successful at it. He did it when it was cold. He did it when it was hot. He did it when he got a door slammed in his face. He did it whether or not he was successful. And now he teaches other people how to do it. And maybe I'm not successful because like I'm not willing to like honestly do that, you know. But
Yeah.
I haven't like see I haven't been willing to eat shit to make money. I haven't even been willing. I had one job that works for like a Mexican restaurant, and maybe I was wrong for this, but I came in there as a cook. You know, you came
Yeah.
in prep cook, and I would have been happy. I came in as a cook. And like a week or two later, when they open up, they fire like a good portion of the cooking team. And they try to make me a host for a while, and then they try to make me a fucking dishwasher because the dishwasher quit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't happening. It was like at first I was like, okay, whatever, because I had this kind of like take one for the team mentality, and it's like maybe
Yeah,
in the long run this is gonna pay off. But I didn't like have in the forefront of my mind, the back of my mind at that time, like maybe they're trying to see how much shit you're willing to eat, so they can keep you just eating shit.
yeah,
Like you showed them that you're happy with this 12. Like when they told you you're gonna make $12 an hour, you were like, oh God, thank you, man. Thank you. Oh my God, that's more money I've ever made before. Now he's making a fucking $12 a fucking millisecond. Like he makes $12 every time someone walks in this goddamn store, and there's like 50 fucking people here right now. You know,
yeah,
what the hell is $12 an hour to him? Like in literally 1 hour, he made enough to pay the entire like staff for the day. You know,
yeah,
on a good day. Because it, like when it first started out, when I got there, it was just opening up. So maybe there's more of a perspective. They still
yeah.
follow social media, but I don't know. I'm not really willing to like suck a dick to be successful. You know, I wouldn't say not really. Like I'm absolutely against the idea. there's gonna be I don't care if it's a male or a female. There is no orifice of my body on the line for my success.
I don't know if it was Megan Thee Stallion, I'll do it, but
I could like I if Meg the Stallion, because you saw the shit she did. Tory Lane's about to go to fucking jail fucking around with Meg the Stallion. I don't think Meg the Stallion has the best. I don't like Megan the Stallion. I do, but I don't like Megan the Stallion. I think she's a horrible role model. And I feel like as much as people try to say like they don't look up to her, she's 6 foot fucking two. Like you look up to her. The average humanity looks up to Megan the Stallion. You know, I'm not a hater at all. I'm just like she's not on my radar. You know, she's not. I don't listen to her music.
I don't need her. I'm just trying to fuck.
Yeah, I guess like if she like read my books and she was like, "Oh my God, like I want to connect with you," because that's the whole thing that my new book for the Crown of Naughty is about. Is this dude's kind of like in a polyamorous lifestyle type thing where he's
Hmm.
like moving from the false alpha male society where you have like a rotation to actually like living with the girls that he's having sex with. He's actually like in relationships with these girls, and it's like having to deal with the reality of like if you had more than one girlfriend under one roof that you were having sex with, this is a terrible fucking idea.
Yeah.
It's a horrible fucking idea. Like even just trying to maintain a rotation at times in a real life is like it's like I call it fake alpha male because it's like they're priding themselves on this, and I did it too. Like I was there, so I call it that. But it's like I prided myself on like having women and having sex and having access to sex and shit
Hmm.
like that. But it's like everything that I had to do to have access to sex, I fucking hated, you know?
Hmm.
And it's like when the things I was doing to get sex, they didn't give a fuck about. They gave a
Hmm.
fuck about, oh, you're an author. Oh, you're an artist. Oh, you're like, they're expecting an entirely different side of me that I can't give them with my penis.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not like that. That's there and it's a real and it's apparent, but it's hard to like. I think it's one of those kind of things too. Like you have people with that long. I'm sorry that I'm just like flooding you with my words and shit like that, but I'm a writer, so I got a lot of fucking words in my head.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of like a give and a take that like you have people like have the long term kind of success and they put a lot of years in without millions, without billions, without all
Yeah.
this stuff. Like most of the people that you see, most of the people that you know that became millionaires or billionaires in their lifetime started with the most unadmirable life. And
Yeah.
they honestly, realistically, probably still have a life that most people would never fucking want. Like quite literally. And I think that's kind of the reality of why I'm not successful is that I'm seeing a lot of like we first spoke, I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like so much of my process and just my system has changed from there. From like then, I produced a lot more books, but they were kind of rushed. They were kind of just out. It was like they were just out there for me to say that I was an author. You know, it was just out there for like some kind of ego gratification to put into people's face that I left college for a reason, and it just didn't like pan out the way. Like I didn't make $1 million in 1 year like I planned out to do. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I don't know, like the whole conversation, because it's almost 12 o'clock at night, and I think we both got to get back to like our lifestyle. It's like I
Yeah.
feel like I'm taking, like maybe I'm taking a lot, or I'm not taking enough of what I should be taking, but I'm definitely not like doing a lot of the things that I could do for free. You know,
Yeah.
like I could probably release 1 page a day of my book, and it's like there's over 300 pages. Once it's like formatted, this book is probably gonna be like 1,000 pages, like TBH.
Yeah.
And like on my computer, it's only 341, so it's manageable somewhat for me, but it's fucking not. It's already massive. Um, I could probably release 1 page a day for 365 days, but it's like I haven't. I don't know why. Like I haven't even thought about that until now.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe that's part of it too. Like it takes so long of like really fully investing yourself into your craft, into doing what you're doing, to being an artist, to even have the ideas on how to be successful. You
Yeah.
know, it's crazy. Like I think of that now. Like I didn't even have the skill. Like I recently learned video. Like this is a fucking crazy story. I took an entire video editing course, and my girl, I'm like, my girlfriend bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that they're gonna send the certification to her, so she has a certification for a class that I fucking took in video editing. But like, yeah, word. Until I took that course, I had no fucking idea like any of this shit. You know,
Yeah.
putting I was just putting pictures in a slideshow like I was in fucking middle school. You know,
Yeah.
like all this shit that people do, and like there's even more that I can't do because I don't really like have no camera or anything to like, get B-roll or shit like that. Like people really invest like years and decades of their life to learn video editing at like the highest level possible. And maybe it's just like I learned how to write and that's good. I learned how to publish and that's good. But now my challenge seems to be like turning each book I make into a business, or turning the overall process of publishing the books into a business, that maybe it's not just making the money off being an author and making money off being a musician. Maybe it's simply learning the process of becoming a musician or becoming an author, and then I guess getting paid for getting people on that journey. But I don't know. I'm not sure if that's satisfying or not. Like I would rather sell 1 billion books than spend my life teaching other people how to not be successful.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people like we're in that kind of culture now where people are just selling courses and shit, but they're not like the courses are shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you have any other closing thoughts
Um,
as I
I
talk your
understand.
fucking ear off?
No, you're good. I understand what you're saying, and like I said, it's I guess the thing I'm starting to realize is like, yes, there's that one side, there's like the artist side, the creator side, and stuff like that. But now it's like, I'm good with that. Like I know how to make an album, I know how to make a song, I know how to write a song, I know how to do all this. Now is, how can I turn that into revenue? You know what I mean? Like how can I
Right.
get that to the people's ears? So that's what I'm starting to look into. Like one of the things I'm doing right now is building a website, like to kind of get traffic going there. I'm hoping that works out. It's gonna have a mailing list, all that, subscriptions, stuff like that. But you know,
Years back,
huh?
No, continue because I don't want to cut you off. I just have like it's like when people talk sometimes like a million fucking ideas come to my head at once.
Yeah.
So I try really hard not to like um I do websites. I do
Uh-huh.
marketing. So it's like a double-edged kind of sword because it's like you're basically fighting the exact same battle no matter what form, like I'm realizing no matter what form of media you use, is that okay, now that you made the website, you now have to once again package the website and find a way to market the website to get traffic. Like you're using the website to get traffic, but the website needs traffic to get traffic.
I got you.
You know, it's like it's a really weird. I know how to make websites. That's another course I took was coding. I can make a website from HTML, CSS, and all that stuff. It's like people just they're it's a attention battle. You know,
Yeah.
not every there's a million bagillion websites. You know, it's like even now I use different social medias other than just Facebook or Instagram. There's a lot of different social media websites out there.
Mm-hmm.
People's attention are only on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. It's like they don't even know about Minds or Gab or MeWe or any of this other stuff. There's some people that use Twitter that never use Facebook. There's some people that use Facebook that never use Instagram. There's some people that I'm not shitting on a website idea. Having a website is like fucking mandatory, but
Yeah.
it's like having a fucking business card now. Like it's like you have to have a website.
Yeah.
You need to have an email list. You need to have it's like all these things are no longer cutting edge to the point where it's like 10 years ago, if you had a MySpace page and you were a musician, you were a fucking rock. Are you on MySpace?
I used to be a long time ago.
Fuck a long time ago. You know, right? MySpace is back. It rebranded itself for
Oh,
music.
for real?
Yeah, dude. If I don't give you anything else, man, use MySpace.
I
No,
got
I'm
you.
fucking. That sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, seriously, check it out though. Like, verify what I'm saying. Do your own research. But they've rebranded MySpace for musicians because that was the
Yeah.
original intent. That's what I was gonna say. Is that like 10 years ago, if you were on MySpace and you made music, you were a fucking rock star.
Yeah.
You know, I was a fucking like in my own circle, I don't know what it was about the interactivity of MySpace that was so different from Facebook, or from Facebook that was so different from MySpace back in the day. I think maybe because you can customize your MySpace page, you
Yeah.
can learn like HTML and stuff. You can like there's more ways to exemplify your personality. And there were no memes back. There weren't really any memes back then. I don't remember. I don't think so
Yeah.
the extent that there is now that everything's like a fucking meme. So you just had like freedom of thought. I don't know. Like I miss those MySpace days. I feel like I could have sold a billion books on MySpace. Selling a billion books on Facebook seems like I feel like a lot of things. It's so mandatory that I feel like there's no longer really a way to like stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you're yawning. So I'm gonna let you go. I just didn't want another week to go by. We can definitely try to do this more if I didn't
Hell
fucking
yeah,
annoy the
man.
hell out of you. Oh, great. That's even better. I was gonna say if I didn't annoy the hell out of you. It's like I'm not a very sociable person, so I don't spend a lot of time vocalizing my thoughts and my ideas. I just have them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when I have some unlucky person like you, I just unload. It's not good. But it's like I do spend a lot of time researching this stuff, looking into it as well. I want to be fucking successful, bro. So it's like I don't
Hell
have
yeah.
an issue sharing the wisdom and sharing the knowledge. And I think it helps too. This really did help for me too. Because I feel like I know what the fuck I'm talking about now that I'm talking with somebody else. I sound like I know what the fuck I'm talking about to myself at least.
Yeah.
But I'm also seeing like a lot of my like limited belief. I think that's right. Where my limited beliefs as well. Like I'm hearing myself and my perspectives on things, and I can definitely hear where I'm like holding myself back. and things that just become like habitual over the past 20 years because of completely different life circumstances that don't reflect my current reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was very popular for a while, and now I'm like a fucking hermit. I'm like a literal real. I am serious, bro. Like I don't leave my house for a week. Like today was the first time I took a walk around my neighborhood in probably 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm reclusive. Like maybe it's because of COVID and like I lost my job before COVID started. So that might be like a reason why. But like even with social media now, I've become just so intro that it's very hard to kind of like share all that, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you, bro. Like this definitely lifted a large weight. Definitely continue with your website. But I would definitely suggest that either you like share like 1 minute clips to like there's like that new thing reel for
Uh-huh.
Instagram or whatever or TikTok. I don't know how you feel about being a grown ass black man on TikTok. I don't have a TikTok, you know, but maybe TikTok because I don't want to leave you with that. I don't like leaving people without ways to make fucking money. I do like personal
Yeah.
finance talk as well. So MySpace is definitely one thing that you should definitely get into ASAP Rocky. Like before you go to bed, I would pull MySpace.com up on your fucking URL so you can do it in the morning or do it now. You need to be on MySpace. But even on Instagram or Facebook, post you doing a song for 30 seconds. Nod your head. Do you ever heard that Aziz Ansari joke about Kanye West nodding his head to his own music?
Yeah.
He goes over to Kanye West's house, listen to 808s and Heartbreak, and Kanye West is in Kanye West's home, listening to Kanye West's album, nodding Kanye West's head to Kanye West's music. You got to be that.
Yeah.
You know, so like 30 seconds a day or 1 minute or do one song a day. I don't know how many songs you feel, but now I do like do a content schedule, you know? So if
Yeah.
that's not something you want to do daily, you can do it every other day, but get an actual calendar, get a physical calendar you have to write on. I'm going to do this song, I'm going to perform this song today. I'm going to perform this song in 2 days, I'm performing this song tomorrow, and build a kind of consistency with that. So maybe you give people a free album performance, but overall, if they see you doing this on Instagram, they're going to watch you in a concert because
I feel you.
you have their attention. And you may not even have to do the full song. You can do snippets. You just referred to someone that did 20-second Michael Jackson impersonations. But you can impersonate yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we created this image of who the fuck we are. You know, we might as well use it because it's like being afraid to live the life that you're living, being afraid to live as you. I feel like that's instant failure. You know, so release your music daily. Like release your music to everybody all the time. You
Yeah.
know, release without any ceasing and sing like just or just like if it's possible not because I do like book trailers now. You could like give artists permission to like use your trailer. Just do like short collages with videos or pictures that kind of exemplify the song for like 10 to 20 seconds, like 30 seconds. I don't know, like something like that's what I would do anyway. That third idea is a little like more involved and it's going to take a lot more work for I'm not sure how big the payoff would be. But since you do work, you need to hire a team around you. And this is number 4. This is going to be the best advice I give you. You need to hire a team around you that's able to do these things, that is able to create videos and not expensively. You know,
Yeah.
able to create videos every week. You know, you have YouTube channels that make videos every single week. They're making a high quality video. And that's honestly what it's going to have to be like. You're going to have to find someone you're going to have to pay them, or you're going to have to feed them, or you're going to have to be their friend. Or like what, there's going to be some kind of investment or exchange that you make. You can use Fiverr, but you have to like, you got to create content.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. It's like if we're not, people talk about falling off when it's like a fucking Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane just had to do a concert to prove that they're still relevant. You know,
Yeah.
like if the competition still exists for I don't, no matter how I personally feel about their music or feel about them, I can acknowledge that they're fucking legends. That the competition still exists. Busta Rhymes just released a new album.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I think one of the illusions is that you're gonna be able to release this one album and it's gonna be a hit. Like I think we're learning the overall process. And like someone just told me, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but like Kareem After Dark or whatever, he's a writer, or Reem After Dark. Um, he just does book events. He goes to book
Mm-hmm.
events. He sells enough books to pay for all his bills for the month. He's done. And then people connect with him through the events that he didn't grow up with. He was exposed to for going like go to concerts, go to convention, like travel. I don't even
Yeah.
I don't like that's my thing. I don't like travel. You know, there's even things just going around in New Jersey that I don't do because I don't want to hop on a bus or some shit like that to get out of my like that reclusion, you know, just that identity that I created for myself. And this is the last thing I say because it's just coming ahead. And it's like I created that for myself my freshman year in college. The idea of being a kind of recluse back in 2011, and it's 9 years later, and I'm still paying for that thought process.
Mm-hmm.
So there might also just be things that we thought 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you know, because I'm 27. How old are you?
25.
They keep telling me I'm a baby. So you're young. You know, it's a beautiful thing. You're young. So it's a good time to have a 9 to 5 job or have like a 5 to 11 job or some shit like that. It's a good time for you to be in the workforce building your skills. Not because I don't think you're going to be a successful musician, but just because it's going to teach you a sort of work ethic that you can then for apply to your music.
Yeah.
Or you're like in my case, you're gonna hate these jobs. You're gonna work so hard for these people, and you're gonna give them your soul. You're gonna give them your time. You're gonna sacrifice seeing your family for these motherfuckers. You're gonna give up fucking everything for them, and they're never gonna fucking appreciate it. And then you give it all to your music or your art. And that's what I do now in my books. Like I fucking hated every job I've ever. Like I've tried. I used to clean fucking floors, bro. I used to wash
Yeah.
fucking dishes. Like for real. I worked at a fucking Burger King. I worked at a fucking Popeye. Like, I really was fucking out here. I worked in a fucking factory. Like two. It was literally like a 2 hour drive away from my house. Not to mention getting up 3:30 in the morning every day to take the fucking bus to get there, to work in a fucking factory in Pennsylvania with a bunch of illegal immigrants, you know,
Mm-hmm.
under minimum wage. Like I've been fucking out here, and I can say every fucking job I had, I gave my heart and my fucking soul to. I don't got those jobs anymore, you know.
Yeah.
So it's at least gonna give you that kind of like you're not gonna develop that naturally unless you
Yeah.
do a sport or something and you've already fed that beast and the beast is hungry. If you don't even know the beast is in the dog isn't fucking inside you to begin with, the fuck you gonna feed, you know? So it's a good age for you and it's a good time for you, especially being so young. Do more concerts, bro. I think he's gone. Are you outie?